Hey Gators, this is Derek. We wanted to kind of end the semester in celebration mode. We're celebrating our fall 21 graduates. A few of them took the time to meet with me and go over some of their experiences at EGCC, as well as providing some advice. So I figure we can watch their videos, learn from them, and congratulate them. Let's get started.
Hey Gators, thank you for joining us as we get to learn a little bit about our Fall 21 Trio Scholars EGCC grads. We are very lucky and fortunate to learn from these hardworking and brilliant individuals. Our first one up is Miss Brittany Lee. Brittany is finishing her Associates of Arts, and we're going to ask her a couple questions, get to learn a little bit more about Brittany's time at EGCC and what she has next. So, Brittany, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So, right off the bat, Brittany, so what is your favorite memory of EGCC?
My favorite memory would probably be when I first signed up. I was nervous and excited at the same time. And I just remember everybody in the office being really nice. They knew everything to do because I knew nothing. And they made it real smooth.
Awesome. That's wonderful. It's good to hear that. All right. Next, Brittany, what are your plans after you finish at EGCC?
I plan to go back for my bachelor's in nursing science.
Okay. Do you have a school in mind or anything like that?
Coming back.
Okay, awesome, wonderful. Next, so can you give us one way that Trio Scholars has helped you through your journey at EGCC?
They always gave me the best advice because I was all over the place and I had so much catching up to do from being out of school for so long. So they gave me the best advice. They went over everything so many times with me because I needed that. And they would just keep me going. They would talk to my professors for me if I needed, a little extra time and things like that. So they were really helpful. They kept in touch with me and, they stayed on top of me, which is something I needed.
Great, great. I know when I went back to school as well, it was the same thing. I had that one person who really helped me throughout the way. So I'm glad Trio Scholars was that for you. And our last question, Brittany, do you have a tip for Trio Scholar students that are still working on their degree and certificate?
Yes. Same thing that one of the Trio Scholars told me was not to rush it. It's no rush getting to the end. It's just getting there. So whereas something should take 2 years, we got a lot of life going on outside of school. So if you only, got to take one class at a time, take one class at a time. Because that's what I did. And here I am at my last class. So
Yes, I love that advice, Brittany. I think people compare themselves to other people and think, oh, I should be done at this certain amount of time. I should be buying a house at this amount. That doesn't matter. Do it at your own rate. Everyone is different, and they're all still accomplishments. And speaking of, Brittany, on behalf of all of Trio Scholars and Eastern Gateway Community College, I want to congratulate you. Your hard work, your dedication, your intelligence has all paid off. Again, Brittany, one of our many EGCC Trio Scholars grads for the Fall 21. We applaud you, Brittany. Thank you very much, and good luck with all your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Hey, scholars. We're very fortunate today to have another one of our Fall 21 graduates. We have Marissa Tolbert here today, who graduated in teacher education. Obviously, we want to celebrate both the EGCC grad and unfortunately maybe cry a little bit that Marissa is leaving our Trio Scholars program. but we want to kind of reflect on Marissa's time at EGCC as well as learn from Marissa's experience. So Marissa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's get right into it. So Marissa, what is your favorite memory of EGCC?
Well, I think my favorite memory from EGCC would have to be simply like enrolling and getting started and climbing that ladder of towards filling my purpose in life. And it's been a great experience. That's my favorite memory.
Yeah,
That's fun.
Yeah, you just knew. Isn't that an exciting moment when you can like, okay, I'm going to accomplish something here, and this is going to lead me to all that success. So yeah, that is a great memory.
Yeah.
Okay. One, I always want to know this. What are your plans after you finish at EGCC?
So my plans after EGCC is to take a little break because I've been juggling between 2 jobs, school, and a lot of extracurricular activities with the school. So I want to take a little break just for a few months, nothing extensive. And I want to work on a project. I'm going to be writing a children's book, and then I'm going to go into a bachelor's program to where I'm going to be studying sociology. So that's what I want to do.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, have you started your children's book yet?
I have it mapped out. You know how, like, when you're in English class, you have your introduction and everything in the middle, and then how you want to conclude it. I just have to plug it all in now and get someone to draw the pictures for me. Then I'll be ready to go.
Very cool. Very cool. And you said you're looking for a bachelor's degree. Have you started looking at schools that you would be interested in transferring to yet?
Well, I have 2 different schools I'm interested in going to. My pastor at my church has these scholarships that this organization has, and just so happens one of them, I think it's Campbellsville University. They have a sociology program, and as much help I can get, that's where I'm going to lean towards, especially if they have a program that I'm interested in. So I think that's what I want to do.
Okay. With sociology and teacher education, obviously you enjoy giving back and
Yes.
you like helping others. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are one of Mary Beth's students. Mary Beth is an amazing advisor. So I guess maybe I was leading into that, but you can say something else. What was one way that Trio Scholars has helped you through your EGCC journey?
Well, I just want to give a shout out to Mary Beth. She's great. She was very helpful, very, checking on me all the time. And one time I had changed my phone number and she was emailed me to make sure everything was okay. And I forgot to give her my new number. So, I mean, it just shows like when you have great people like Trio Scholars and Mary Beth that want to take the time out to make sure everything's okay. So I would have to say they helped me by giving me great advice and helpful resources and just making sure that I succeed no matter what. And it was a great program.
Yeah, and I know Mary Beth, I didn't even mean to lead it, but I'm glad you brought that up. Mary Beth is very caring and she goes the extra mile for her students. So that's great.
Yes.
All right. Although we could talk all day, I'm going to finish with one more question. So we have all these other, I don't know how many graduates we have. I'd have to look, just say about 10, 12, 15. We still have another 100 plus students. Do you have one tip for those 100 plus students that are Trio Scholar students that are still working on their degree or certificate?
Yeah, it's something really simple, really. One tip I have is to just keep going. Because for me, I'm blessed enough to have a great mother and a great supportive family. And Trio to me was just that extra oomph and that extra push to keep me going. So anyone that's about to graduate or in the future, if you're a Trio Scholar, just keep going, persevere, and you're going to get it done.
Yeah, and I know that sometimes it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? You could be 1 semester in, 2 semesters in, or maybe you have a setback with an F or something, and it's hard to want to keep moving forward, but yeah, just don't give up, right?
That's it. Keep going.
All right. Well, Marissa, thank you so much. I want to be the first to congratulate you as an EGCC grad. You are now an alumni. Yay. Yeah. through your hard work, your dedication, your intelligence, you've achieved something great that no one can ever take from you. We're extremely proud of you and wish you
Thank you.
nothing but success in the future. Don't be a stranger. I know Mary
Not at
Beth. Yes, I know Mary Beth loves hearing from her alumni. So reach out at any chance you get, and we see nothing but success for you in the future, Marissa. So keep up the great work.
Thank you, Derek.
Gators, I want to thank you for viewing today. We have another wonderful student, part of our graduation panel. We have Lisa Marie Foster here today. Lisa Marie has already finished all their coursework in the first 8 weeks for their business management information systems degree. Lisa does a lot with the school, including student government. Pretty much anything we ask, Lisa is willing to do. Part of our work study program. Lisa is also doing an IT program here at EGCC, and I know Lisa will share their plans after EGCC. So let's get started with some of these questions, Lisa. What is your favorite memory of EGCC?
My favorite memory from EGCC is how involved I was. Being involved in activities helped sharpen my leadership skills.
Yeah, and I think, you know, as someone who it takes a long time, now this is for me, to get through school, I noticed I was able to actually be better academically when I got more involved. Did you see that as well?
Yes, and I got to meet more people in my field and was able to bounce ideas off of them.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. All right. Second, what are your plans after you finish at EGCC?
My plans after EGCC to 4-year college and continue my education in the IT.
Wonderful. Do you have a 4-year institution in mind yet?
Not currently. I am still looking. I'm trying to find up to words.
Okay. And I know that you have, as I stated, you're going back for your IT, so I'm sure you have a little bit more time. It's not like you're finishing this semester. So luck with that, and keep us posted.
Will do.
Next, what was one way that Trio Scholars helped you through your time at EGCC?
The way Trio Scholars helped me was by being there for me when I was struggling with my courses, also giving me the tools I needed to succeed in my classes, which we all know was my hardest one.
I think a lot of students, math is their hardest, especially when we went to an online format. So I totally understand that. All right. And last question, Lisa Marie. What is one tip for current Trio Scholar students who are still working on their degree or certificate?
The tip I would give Trio Scholar students would be to be proactive with Trio. If a course is tough, the sooner you reach out to Trio, the sooner you can understand what you're being taught to pass the course. They will help you by giving you tutors, accessibility to the library that you did not even know was there. They'll give me all the tools that I needed.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason, some students don't realize part of the reason we reach out early each semester is because we know if we reach out early, maybe we can divert some of those struggles and get the services that are needed. Well, I want to thank you, Lisa Marie, for taking the time to kind of share not only your experience, but some of your tips and wisdom with our Trio Scholar students. I want to be the first of many and represent all of Trio Scholars when I say congratulations. I know it's not been an easy or short road, but through hard work, dedication, intelligence, you were able to graduate successfully through EGCC. And welcome to the EGCCI alumni. Congratulations. We are all so proud of you.
Thank you.
Hey, scholars, we are very fortunate today to have another one of our fall graduates, Octobrian Elverson, who is graduating with healthcare administration. something I could never do. So I am super, super impressed. We want to first off congratulate you, and we want to learn a little bit about your time at EGCC, and we want to know, what's some advice for some of our other trio scholars. So we're going to ask a few questions, and you're going to give us all that great wisdom that you have accumulated while you've been at EGCC. Sound good?
Yes, it does.
All right. So what is your favorite memory of EGCC?
Well, my favorite memory, honestly, is starting at the beginning. I started with 3 classes in the summer while working, and I have never put in so much work in my entire life, and I'm still proud of it.
Absolutely. Well, and no one wants to, if we had our druthers, no one ever wants to go to school in the summer, right? And
Right.
man, to work full time and pretty much, 3 classes at once is very hard. So, wow, good for you.
Thank you.
What are your plans after you finish at EGCC?
Well, I plan on going back to school. I plan on looking for another job. And at the end of everything, I would like to be a lawyer.
Whoa. Well, you got any business cards just in case I need you?
Not yet, but they're coming up.
Okay. You say you're looking to go back to school. Do you have schools in mind that you'd want to transfer to?
Yes, I applied to Paul Quinn, and soon I will be applying to Central State University.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Well, keep us, especially Mary Beth, keep Mary Beth in the loop on how everything's going so that we can keep congratulating you and so that we can keep, honoring you and making aware of how great our students are doing.
Okay, I definitely will.
All right. What has been one way that Trio Scholars has helped you?
Well, you mentioned her, Mary Beth. She's dope. That's all I can say. Whenever I had a question with anything, she was quick to just answer it and give me everything that I needed.
Awesome. Yeah, and I think that is one specifically with Mary Beth. That is one thing that we really try to do for our students is, we know that students are stressed out. We want to take some of that away. And so by asking questions and then we can get right back to you. That's one of our big things at Trio Scholars. So I'm glad you mentioned that. All right. Now we're going to ask you for your worldly wisdom here. So do you have a tip for our current Trio Scholar students who are still working on their degree or certificate? Maybe they're getting stressed or maybe they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Something that you could help, some advice, I guess.
Well, my main thing is to just keep in touch with your Trio advisor. Just keep in touch because they will give you everything that you need. And if they don't have it right then and there, they will get it for you.
I'm so grateful you said that because that is one of the things that we talk about even in our intake all the way through. Don't try to do something if you don't know how. We certainly want to be reached out to, that we can help. Like you said, if we don't know the answer, we'll figure it out for you. And I know that it's something that sometimes students, it's different when someone from the staff is saying it, but someone like you, oh, that is perfect. Another student saying that. So I greatly appreciate that. Octobrian, I want to thank you so much for doing this. On behalf of all of Trio Scholars, congratulations. Through your hard work, obviously, like your first semester and your dedication, and obviously your intelligence, you've earned something that can never be taken away from you. This is a great accomplishment, one of many, it sounds like, for you. Keep up the good work. We are all so proud of you. And man, you're gonna be an alumni here.
I'm excited about it.
Yes, congratulations. We are proud of you. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, scholars, we are very fortunate today to have another one of our Fall 21 EGCC/Trio Scholar graduates. Miss Kimberly Boyer is here with us today. Kim is graduating from the Criminal Justice Department, and we wanted to get a little feedback on some of your experiences and your wisdom from your time at EGCC and Trio Scholars. So, Kim, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So first, Kim, what is your favorite memory of EGCC?
Honestly, it's the people that I met. the friendships that I've made, it's weird because none of us are together. It's always online, but the friends that I've made are people that I'm going to have in my life for the rest of my life.
And that's awesome. And I think, we always talk about with Trio Scholars getting involved, because that is what you want, right? You want to meet new people. It's not just about sitting on a computer and doing your work. You're going to feel that engagement when you get to meet people, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Kim, what are your plans after you finish at EGCC?
I am going to continue on for my bachelor's degree. I'm undecided on what school yet. It's because I'm in the union program. I have some choices, but also because of PTK and scholarships that I've been applying for, I may be able to go to another school. It just depends on what can work out with those.
Oh, great. Do you have a time frame on that? Is there like you're looking in the spring or next year, or
Yep,
just taking a little time off?
It'll be fall of 2022 that I'll start.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Well, keep us updated on that if we don't hear from you. We'd love to know where you're headed and if we can
I
help at
will.
all. Great. And what was one way that Trio Scholars helped you through your journey?
Honestly, being able to continue going to school. Trio is always there. If I need to talk to somebody, if I need some advice, if I need a sounding board, knowing that the circumstances of my life and kind of the roadblocks that are up, I have support. I don't feel that I'm alone. If I need to know that there's other people going through this, or to talk to somebody with the counseling, that is one thing that Trio's kind of been like that helping hand that has made it possible for me to continue going through school.
That's amazing. And I'm glad you brought up counseling. And I know your advisor, Mary Beth, with counselor Dr. Carissa Henry, are two of the great employees of EGCC. So you're very fortunate to have them, and I'm glad they helped you. And lastly, let's ask you about your wisdom. So Kim, what would be one tip you give to Trio Scholar students if they're still working on their degree or certificate, and maybe they're struggling or they don't see the end of the light?
Keep with it. It might seem like your life is ending every day. It might seem impossible to get through, but reach out to your advisor, reach out to the Trio Scholar program, even other students in it. Somebody is always maybe not going through the same exact circumstances as you, but there will always be somebody out there who can understand and sympathize, and to be involved. Don't be in the program and not do the amazing programs that you guys offer, the extra stuff, or the Zooms that we can do, and even the message boards on Canvas. I mean, it just keeps you being involved, and it makes you feel a bigger sense of community that you might not have outside of school.
Awesome. And I love that one, Kim, because I know you are one of those that is very active, whether it's on the discussion board or in our workshops. And for someone who puts some of that stuff on, I greatly appreciate that. Let me be the first to congratulate you on your accomplishment of graduating from EGCC. You're you're very close to being officially an alumni. And, starting from me and from everyone at Trio Scholars, I think your hard work, your dedication, and your intelligence is something to be applauded. So congratulations, and we're so very proud of you. Great work, Kim.
Thanks.
So I think, on behalf of all of Trio Scholars, I think we all ought to applaud these great graduates from the fall of 21. Be checking out the Instagram page, as there will be, and Facebook page, as there will be more posts on social media. Reach out to these students, congratulate them, whether it's on Canvas or social media. You'll see them in the newsletter, on this grad panel. And like I said, also on social media. We want to not only recognize them, but help our future students as well. We want to recognize and applaud this very hard work. It's, no matter the degree, it is not easy, and it's something that can never be taken from you. And when your turn comes, we want to, do the same thing, recognize, make people aware, and congratulate you as well. So reach out to those people, congratulate them, learn from them, and yeah, everyone have a great day. Again, congratulations to our grads.